Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone can hear me okay, and I apologize for any noise that's in the background. I'm recording this outside on the Brooklyn Promenade, overlooking the Manhattan skyline. It's really quite a beautiful night, and I just wanted to do an update on the energies of yesterday, 9/11. And I'm going to try and get through this recording without being emotional. I've been very emotional lately. Very emotional, just crying at the drop of a dime for many different reasons. And I'm probably because I am empathic, I'm sure I am just picking up on many different energies right now. And so, yeah, I'm going to try and get through this recording. So I just wanted to, again, extend my deepest prayers and condolences to all those who were affected by the attacks 15 years ago on the World Trade Center. And I hope that yesterday, that our little prayer group, our healing prayer group, was felt by all. And there really are no words to just say I'm sorry for the tragedy that happened, and my gratitude for those who were brave and courageous enough to assist on that day, and everybody went above and beyond the call of duty that day, and I just extend my deepest love and prayers. So thank you again, and God bless everybody, and thank you to those who participated. I want to say it was really very powerful for me. I really felt everybody's energy, like a lot, and my only regret is that I wasn't able to meditate for longer. As I stated in my initial call to action video, what my plan was, because I wanted to do it at 11:11 for obvious reasons, and I knew that I was scheduled to work that afternoon, so I knew I was only going to have a few minutes. Excuse me. And then I had planned to go to church afterwards and light a candle, which I did, and then I was going to do, more of a meditation and prayer later on that day, which I did. And I knew I was only really going to have a few minutes at 11:11. I was going to kind of sneak away in the bathroom and, get away from my coworkers and just try and hold the space for a few minutes. And I knew that even just a few minutes were going to be very powerful. And boy, was it powerful. And I wish that I was home on that afternoon so I could have done it for like an hour, because it was just so amazing. It was so beautiful. And for those who participated, I would love to hear your feedback. I mean, I really felt everybody's energy. I'm not kidding when I say that. Like, I felt specifically other twins and Lightworkers. I mean, to me, it seems like you guys were like right there with me, like in the same room. The energy just really felt that close, and I just immediately just dropped in. And I'm not the best meditator in the world, so sometimes it takes, a little while to really kind of drop in. And I just immediately dropped into like a deep meditation, a deep space. I'm not kidding when I say this, like I really felt everyone's love. I mean, even if it was only a handful of you that were able to participate yesterday, and specifically at that time, it was at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that I broke away from work and did this, and it was so powerful. Like I just immediately just felt everyone's love and prayers and healing. I don't even know how to describe it. It was awesome, guys. And thank you so much to those who participated. And even if you weren't able to do it at that time, it was felt throughout the day. And it was really very moving. It was so moving. And I just felt so much love and abundance and healing that came out of that. And I'm excited to do more. I want to... I want to plan this on a regular basis. So, there's so many different causes we can be praying for. And I would love to hear everybody's feedback. If there is a specific cause that's near and dear to you, let me know. You can put it in the comment section. And, or if you want to say it privately, you can email me. Or if there's somebody sick that you want to pray for, I would like to do this on a regular basis and organize a group of gifted twin flames and light workers to do this, because I really felt the energy like a lot. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. I just really felt so connected with everyone. And I want to thank you again, and please, I would love your participation again in the future. And again, thank you to everyone who responded on that day, who gave their lives, the surviving family members and friends and loved ones. So much love to you guys. All right, I need to stop because I'm going to seriously start crying. So I'm going to shift gears. So I want to just give a personal update on the energies of yesterday, 9/11. So as I had spoke about, I've been seeing that date, 9/11, or that number 9/11, for quite some time, and I know there are some other of you who have said the same thing. It just keeps coming up over and over. And again, it's even come up again today. And I knew that there were also messages that were there for me personally to kind of, retrieve. And lo and behold, there were. And it was really kind of, even though I was expecting some sort of update, I wasn't expecting to get the update that I received. Before I received the download, I was greeted by some loved ones that have crossed over, and I believe that they came in because they came in preparation for the download that I received, because it was quite difficult what I received, and I know that my loved ones came in to support me. And I just want to say, my grandmother and my sister are passed on, and when they first passed, my family members, we all got signs, we all, had different experiences with them and felt their energy. There was no doubt. My sister visited me many times over the course of, I would say, the first year. Maybe she passed a year and a half, up to 2 years. And same with my family members. She came in through various signs. She came in through spirit. I know that she's with me all the time. I do feel her all the time. I do feel like she is, one of my angel guides. But I really haven't felt her spirit and her energy since it's been some time. Like I said, the first year and a half to 2 years, it was very frequent. And myself and my family members, we've all said the same thing, that, she doesn't, come around as much as she used to. So I don't exactly know how these things work, but, that's the case. So she came through yesterday. So when she came through, I knew that it was, it was for a reason, and I was like, okay, well, it's 9/11, this makes sense. But then when my grandmother also came through, and then my dad also came through, I was like, all right, Everyone's here. Why is everyone here? I haven't had all three, and these are the only, family members that I was close with that have passed on. So, pretty much everyone I love that's up in heaven, those three people paid me a visit on the same day, in the same moment. So I knew, like, something was about to happen. And, just to say as well, my father passed away last October, and he's only come through once since he's passed on. So this is the second time he's come through in almost a year. So, yeah, I was like, okay, guys, like, what are you trying to tell me here? And then I received a download, and it was pretty crazy. And the download had to do with something that I experienced 20 years ago. It's probably been almost 20 years ago now, about that. I had an experience with some friends, and it's just one of those things that you can't even begin to describe or summarize. But what I'm going to say is it was of some sort of supernatural nature that I'd never heard of before, I've never seen before. I still have nothing to compare it to. I haven't done a ton of research, but from what I can discern, it's nothing I've ever seen or heard of. Supernatural doesn't exactly describe it. I don't really know what or who we contacted on this particular evening 20 years ago. And it was very strange. It wasn't good, it wasn't a good experience. It wasn't like, we encountered some angelic energy or something like that. It was really very frightening. I don't share it with anybody. It's just one of those things that I don't think anybody besides myself and those people in that room would understand, or fully understand. I just never really had any answers. I never had any resolve. It was like an X-Files episode, basically. It was just a freaky, strange, totally just baffling kind of experience. Eventually, I'm going to write about it and share it with the world. I'm just, even after 20 years, I'm still not even ready to even talk about it. But just to kind of summarize it, it was sort of like beyond supernatural. It was very, very, very weird. So, so I haven't had any resolve. I haven't had any answers since then. I think I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready to come to know what had happened. And like I had said, previously, this number 116 comes up for me so many times. And I had kind of, put together, I was like, oh, well, I keep seeing 9/11, and it's like those numbers are alike, it's like backwards and upside down. And so this crazy X-Files experience happened in a room numbered 116. So I'm not surprised that, roughly 20 years later on 9/11, this is when I received a major download, the only real download that I've received since that incident. And I believe that that's why my family members came through to show their support and their energy before I received that information, and it was really very troubling. I didn't get a full, understanding of what it was, but it was enough to make me realize, okay, I got it now. And in a sense, it does apply to the collective, but it's nothing that that I feel the need to I guess share at this time, because it's not going to make any difference one way or another. But what I will say is that it just made me realize that all this stuff that I've been talking about, and some other teachers are bringing up all this stuff about dark energies and nefarious and or negative alien agenda energies. It's really very much real, and I don't keep reiterating this to make anyone afraid or anything like that. And I don't think that this is everybody's duty or mission to have to deal with this type of stuff, to combat it and fight them off or whatever. I didn't sign up for this job, believe me. I don't know who signed me up for this job, but somehow I got signed up for this task to deal with this kind of stuff and to transmute it. And that's pretty much what happened 20 years ago on that day. My friends and I had to transmute these insane X-File type energies. And so yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that I'm able to kind of piece together now why that happened, what that was all about. At the time, I didn't understand. I knew I had gifts, and I knew that I was destined to go on some sort of path, some sort of spiritual path. But, this is long before I found out that I was a twin and a light worker and an angelic and all that. And now, learning all this, and discovering who I am, it makes sense why, my whole life I've been really fighting these things off. And so what I learned yesterday was I realized what exactly it was I was fighting off, and I think that I was shown that because I'm at a place now, finally 20 years later, where I can understand and be able to kind of handle that information, because I wouldn't have been able to handle the information 20 years ago of what exactly went down. So and this is how much the divine loves us, is that they know how much we are able to handle and take at one time. And I guess they thought that, that I was ready to learn a bit more. And so they shared it with me. And it has to do with all of this stuff, these dark energies that are trying to keep us down. And like I said, it's not everyone's job to have to deal with this stuff. And my family members were just kind of, reiterating that, they were proud of me, and I'm doing a good job, and to not be afraid, and all this stuff. And I'm not, I've purged a lot of fear as far as that's concerned. So that's good. I mean, I wasn't fearful when I received this download. I was just in shock. I was, and I mean, I'm still kind of in shock over it. But we're safe. I mean, we're protected. I feel like our unions are not going to be stopped ultimately, but it still is a concern. It could still cause major delays. It could potentially still stop unions if you don't do anything about it, or you don't catch it in time, or you're ignorant to it, or And it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. I know that these messages probably do fall on some deaf ears, and that's okay too. Maybe you're not ready to receive it, but I just really feel the need to just keep getting the message out there to you guys, because I really do genuinely care about everyone, and I would hate to see anyone go through the things that I had to go through. And everyone just needs to continue to protect themselves and pray and keep their vibrations high, and know your power. And yeah, it was very interesting that was the day that it came through. And I knew that it was going to be a difficult day, of course, for many reasons. But that's what came up. That's what came through. And yeah, I mean, ultimately this is what's needed. This is what we need to all, kind of purge and deal with, is our fears. This journey is all about facing your fears and connecting with the divine and trusting in that. And it was really beautiful that my family members, all came through for me yesterday in support. And I just want to extend that message once again to those who maybe lost some people 15 years ago on the 9/11 attacks, that while your loved ones are gone, they're definitely, they're not really gone, and they're not forgotten, and they are always with you. They're always with you, and they're protecting you, and they're loving you, and they're guiding you, whether you know it or not, or whether you can feel it or not. We're never alone. We're so loved. We're so protected, guys. Spirit loves us so much. The angels love us so much. And they're very proud of us. And we are doing such a tremendous job. We're all kicking butt. And yeah, so that's it for my update. And I got through it without crying, so that makes me happy. All right, guys, thanks again so much to all those who participated. And I'll be reaching out again soon for another call to action. And again, please let me know what causes you would like to pray for, or if there's any specific people that you feel need healing. And I'm here for readings and counsel. And if you guys have questions, my email address is twinflametrinity@gmail.com. All right, guys, have a blessed evening. Take care. Bye.